Bonjour, hi everyone. Thank you for inviting me, and for sure I start with Fromage Rebelle. I mean industrial part also, so that's why François says that. I don't know if I have to put my CV. I saw it's there, but okay, it's hard to read. Okay, I will go through. I just will say I spent 18 years with quality and CSR team in Carrefour. Worldwide, and then before that, 10 years with Fromage Rebelle. That means I know a little bit about the milk subject also. So I know you are close to this part. Today I want to share with you the consumer question that retailer has to address, because they are between the manufacturer and the consumer, and they have to transfer, they have to create connection with the wish from consumer and also with the product that they have to sell. May I make a survey? Who doesn't want to make quality? Nobody. Good. That's good news, the first good news. Secondly, who is not a consumer? No. Okay, thank you. I can continue my presentation. Thank you very much for that. So the question is, what happened when we open the door of our office? Outside the office, we are consumer. Inside the office, we lose this role. We take another role. And it's strange for that. It's strange to understand this duplicity, I don't know. And I want to go inside this question to enlighten different process and different ways to work, which are not probably the best for the consumer. For the one who have pet, like dog, cat, mouse, or grown dog. Okay. Do you choose this animal hospital? Okay, I will make another survey. Who will choose this one? Who will not choose this one? Yes. Why? Because of the not 1.8 on 5, right? Whatever they do, whatever they develop as process, whatever they have as expertise level, you will not go there because they have a bad note from the other client. The other clients are not expert. They just are consumer. The first part of quality is to check the quality of a product, you have to open the door of the clinic. And the first concept in quality is the note for the other and the emotional side. Another question. Do you know what that is? Yes, I see many of you say yes. Okay. It is the ultra version, 900 euro. It's not a plane, it's just a watch. Do you think for 900 euro, the value is there just for a watch or not? Do you know the brand of this watch? Who doesn't know the brand of this watch? I put the question in this way. Okay, this is for the ones, it's an Apple Watch. I think most of you knows the brand. So the brand, the price, the quality or not, we don't know. The level of service, how many soft there are in this watch. Nobody knows. Nobody uses them at all. So this is extra value due to the brand and due to the fashion. For the one who doesn't like Apple, I have this one too. And this one is what? No, I heard. Let's go. We are all together. we don't mind. No, it's the Samsung one. And the price is 700 euros for exactly the same rules, the same function. 200 euros just for the brand. The brand, the quality, the value, the fashion. Okay, that's important to keep in mind, because I will come back on this subject. Now we are talking about quality. I will come back on the production side of quality. how we organize our company to produce quality product. I will not make an industrial course. It's just a synthesis. There are probably three challenges. The first is create the concept, then you have to develop the product, then you have to create the marketing, the sales, and the customer and consumer. That's the regular system. You have to add raw material supply and supplier, financial, the management. Okay, the first challenge of this system, and François talked about ISO 9000, the first challenge of this is to make all those micro team or small team working together, having the same target, the same process, and the same concern. The second challenge is to be sure that all those are focused on the customer itself, which is not always the case. The development team or the process, the buyer of raw material perhaps doesn't know anything about the customer. And if he doesn't know anything about the customer, how he can choose the best raw material for the customer? So this is the second challenge, is to focus every small team in the same target, which is consumer. I will come back on that later. And the third is quality is plan, do, check, act, is continuous improvement things. That means the third challenge is to be sure that the consumer complaint or the consumer feedback are injected inside the concept question, which is another challenge. Now, this is the concept of production. I come back on the quality over this concept of production. So I take the concept of production and I add the quality challenge. I will read some of them, we don't care. It's just to explain, but you have to certify, you have to make an asset plan, you have to integrate indicators, to integrate, to describe the process, to certify everything. You cannot change anything without 10 kilo of paper, of 10 megabit of files. It creates cost, and at the end of the day, what's happened? It's a gas factory. It's internally, nobody understands what quality team. Okay, I emphasize a little bit, okay? But at the end of the day, this is very complex. And for the customer, you don't know anything about the customer. I will come back. And quality is a victim of that. Quality should be the voice of customer inside. And with this system, quality become a policeman, internal policeman, become a lawyer, internal lawyer, become something like a referee of everything. So this is a trap. And where is Valdo? In English, where is Charlie in French? Or where is the consumer inside that? I think is far away, is really far away. And this is the issue of our organization, because this organization is not wrong. Those things are needed, and the result is absolutely systematic and clear. So this is the first question of quality that we have to address, because it's not enough simple, not enough focus on client, on customer, and probably too complex. I will come back after on those concepts. Now, we are talking about quality, but what is quality? Quality, start with that. It's not aperitif time. And what is interesting me in this picture is the ice cube only. I come back on ice cube, this one, and quality, everybody knows probably that it's the satisfaction of implicit and explicit wish from consumer. I don't invent anything. Explicit is what people asking. It's the visible part of the iceberg. And implicit is what people doesn't ask but needs, or doesn't know that he needs. Okay? What happened with quality and with satisfaction of that? On explicit, it's the red ocean. I come back to my team, my friend Frédéric. It's red ocean because everybody knows what consumer ask. It's not a surprise because the consumer asks. If you just ask him, he will say what he wants. That means all the competitors will address the same response to the same question and to the same requirement from consumer. That's why it's red ocean, because it's very competitive. This is quality, this is safety, this is price, taste, very, very logical things, and everybody is fighting on this part, and the quality on this part works on food safety and food quality with process. That means they focus on the most competitive part with a process that we saw. On the other part is blue ocean. Why? Because it's depend of each brand, of each feeling, of each knowledge from the brand to the consumer. The value of the brand, the knowledge from the brand toward the consumer, and the choice that each brand does to address this quality toward the consumer. This is blue ocean because it's less competitive part, because each brand can decide. Apple Watch make a choice, Samsung make another choice, and this is blue ocean. So that means quality is not so simple, because quality is not only process, quality is also strategic. The knowledge of consumer wants and how to address that. Because you cannot address red and blue ocean with the same tools. Red ocean, you address them with process, because you know what consumer want. You have to produce what consumer wants. Blue ocean, you don't know what consumer wants. You have to invent. You have to create. So the blue ocean start with innovation, with creation side. This is what I want to explain now. Red ocean, blue ocean, explicit, implicit. Okay, I go fast because you know what I mean. Red ocean is safe product, certification, quality product, non-additive, non-coloring, etc., acceptable quality price ratio, and service. That means logistic, availability in stores. This is what everybody wants. You build your quality system to address those questions. Food safety first, quality, test, and this system create and propose that, but everybody does the same. And that's why at the end of the day, it's the price. The fight is only on the price. On the blue side, the explicit, you need knowledge, intuition, innovation, coherence, and you need to put your feet in the consumer shoes, or your brain in his brain, or your eyes in his eyes. That's why I start with the clinic example and watch. You cannot work with regular way of thinking. Think what consumer will say. You need to think how the consumer thinks, which is totally different. The marketing and all economic team in the company explain what consumer wants, but this is not what consumer wants, which is interesting. The question is what consumers see of our product and our company. It is totally different. You need to create, and you need to have a transversal vision, because the consumer has no silo in his mind. He makes no difference between an iPhone and an Apple Watch, or between a pizza from Nestlé. I hope someone is there from Nestlé, but a pizza from Nestlé and another pizza from another company. For him, it's a pizza. So if it's a crisis on pizza, he has a common approach. If he doesn't like pizza, he will not buy one or the other one. And if you decide to create, to invent, you open the blue ocean side and you create differentiation. But quality is not so often in the creative team, not so often in the innovation side, not so often in the transversal vision, not so often in this part of looking for value for consumer. The quality stay on the red side, and if he's on the blue side, the quality team is not in the beginning of reflection. It's at the end. When they say, we will choose this way for a product, the quality say, okay, I will address the quality system to produce this decision. But quality has enough knowledge, technical approach, regulation knowledge also to be in the beginning of innovative things. So I think quality should be invested in the innovation part. So a lot of companies do already that, but I think it should be regular. Okay, process and process. Quality doesn't process the blue part. Okay. There is a new world, a new Earth, a new universe where quality is not. There is not process there. There is no process to innovate, to create, to transform the consumer knowledge, not the consumer wish, because it's on the red one, but the consumer knowledge inside innovation. There is no process for that. Example, if we took this brand, can we make a share between blue and red? This is good quality, but it is also the feeling of the brand. This is also the odor, the smell in the car. This is many different things, and consumer is sensitive, and this is not exactly red side. The same question for this watch. Okay. So return on quality investment, because all those things are linked to the brand and to the value of the brand, as you already knows and you already feels. Quality is directly linked to goodwill, like many other subjects in the company. And the goodwill, you can read, it's the added value for the company occurs through the positive perception of the quality and its product. This is directly linked to quality. That address reputation, consumer loyalty, competitive advantage, etc. You know that this is just to put the idea in the file, because you know that. And it reflects the expected future economic benefits through a positive perception of quality. Quality is business. Quality is not process. Quality is business first. Trust me, many of quality teams that I visit are process first. Quality is business. Quality is the satisfaction of consumer. So quality team has to find a way to include the quality, the mindset of the consumer inside the decision of the company. So if we don't have quality, we have non-quality. What is the consequences of non-quality? Because it's a question. The first question is the non-quality structural or accidental? If it's accidental, that means it's a crisis management process. You have microbes somewhere, you have listeria somewhere, you have salmonella somewhere, but you have strong process, because you need process, of course. I'm not talking the opposite. You need process. You have strong process, you manage, and we say trouble are or nuggets if they are well managed. Because the consumers judge the reaction more than the accident itself. Everybody can have an accident, and the consumer judge how you manage the crisis, how you solve the crisis, and how you avoid the repetition of the crisis. If it's structural, it's different. Because if your process, your gas factory doesn't produce quality, you have a big issue to react. You have a big issue to solve, because you have to open the gas factory process and to identify where it's come from. And in this case, I think the trouble punctuates the decline. That means it's a bad news. The consequence of non-quality depends of what is the origin of non-quality. After, I will go on the price or the cost for that. Yes, obviously, most of time it's a balance between both. But you need strong process, you need strong reaction, but also you need to don't forget that you are included and you should be invested in the innovation team. So you have both ends. Cost and non-quality. I have only one slide because it's so obvious. So I think everybody will share that, and I don't want to take too much time. Short term is what is the loss of the material, the raw material, the packaging, the time to operate, the cost of the energy, cost of logistic, and the image. It's difficult to identify the cost of that, but it's huge. This is short term, but longer term is more important because it's trust, it's a recommendation from the other, like the vet clinic, Google, etc., Facebook, and business survival. This is a long-term question. Why? You need also to increase the cost of the quality team to manage the non-quality issue. So it's very complex to at the end of the day. And compare that with a startup system. Startup system, remind, the consumer has no silo. For him, there is no big difference in his eyes between a big company and a startup. And he knows that the startup, each week, the application will become better. Each week, I took Airbnb or Uber, but whatever, each week, the innovation, the solution, the application will work better. If not, you forget it. But that means if the application is there, it's because the client loves it. And that means for the consumer world, he makes no difference between Uber and, I will say Carrefour, because I'm from Carrefour, so I'm sure I will not create any stress in the room. But the consumer makes no difference. Why I can have the result in 1 hour in Uber or in 1 minute in Uber, and when it took 3 weeks to have a result from Carrefour? He cannot understand that because on his side, he has no silo. He doesn't know anything about our gas factory. This is very key to understand that. I tried to create a non-quality matrix. It's a consultant dream to create matrix, so I create my own matrix. You have the origin of non-quality, structural or accidental, and you have the quality side, the explicit or implicit, and it's simple. If you have a non-quality, structural, on explicit things, this is the end of the company because your system doesn't address the request, explicit request from consumer. I think non-consultant can do anything for the company. If it's accidental, it's a crisis management challenge. I want good food, I want safe food, you have an issue, you manage the crisis. Structural and implicit. It's the beginning to the end because that means your system has no means to understand what consumer wants or doesn't say they want. If you don't have any system to check that, you cannot evolve, you cannot innovate, and that's why this is the beginning of the end. A lot of companies are in this side. And the third point, you have an accidental quality issue in implicit. The question is crisis management the same, but you have also the challenge to react and to address that. Because that means you don't know your consumer and you don't feel, you don't imagine what they want. If it is the case, this is an issue to address. And quality has a role on that. So I arrived to my very last slide as conclusion, ready for lunch. Okay, so first I put my consumer in the center. This is the decision of each manager, consumer-centric, what that means. The first is rethinking the paradigm, innovating, and reverse the position. You are not a company who produce product for the customer. You need 1 day per month or 2 days per month. You need to be in the consumer shoes and read and look what you are doing as consumer. Because all, you say in the beginning of this meeting that all you are consumer. So you can do that, everybody. The second point is the consumer is very logical, but he likes emotion. He likes extra value for his money. He likes have advice from the other. And his perception, whatever is the perception, his perception in his truth. That's why you need to know his perception. The third point is the cost of accidental non-quality are high. But the structural non-quality are high too, and structural non-quality could be also a bad organization or extra cost or extra procedure. So you have to fight that. And the first point is the non-quality cost, if you don't solve them, are I don't think it's me. If you don't fight them and solve them, they are not sustainable. C'est moi? Bon, ça va s'arrêter. J'avais mis en silence pourtant. Bon, raté. Non-quality, structural non-quality reaction on my phone, because I don't turn, I should turn, but I didn't turn the noise, so I'm close to the end. But that's right, this is my very last slide. No, in quality team, you have a role to avoid, to lose, and to destroy, to waste quality resource. Because the process side is somewhat too heavy, too much, the structure complex, and I think the quality should be as agile as the commercial team. And this is very huge case because we have rules, we have certification. The bad retailer asks every day new certification from the company, increasing the weight of procedure. So this is the life, but this is not a reason to forget to stay on the blue ocean side. And at the end, I have a question, but I'm sure you know the solution. You have two choices, A or B. The A is if you have company who work from consumer to organization to product and to have result. And on the B side, you have another company who say, I have a budget. This budget allowed me to create an organization. This organization will produce product, and I have a team who will try to sell this product to consumer. You feel that there is a difference between both companies on the consumer side. And as conclusion, as I want to share this word from Jeff Bezos, probably you know it because it's very a famous sentence. Our company is going to disappear. He said that to his team. The only thing that we are is to be, if we start to focus on ourselves, instead of focusing on our consumer, it will be the beginning of the end. We must try and delay that day as long as possible. It's clear, and if you use Amazon service, you can feel that this logistic could be better than other one. And this is key for Amazon. So thank you very much. I hope I'm not too long, and thank you very much for your attention.